January what? January 5th, 1988, and Mom is sitting here talking to Ari, who is 15 and a half, and me, and she's going to tell us a couple more stories. Go ahead, Ma.
All right. So I should say about the ring.
Right.
When my mother was very sick and she was afraid that she's dying, so she took off her big diamond ring and she said, "This I'm not giving for you, I'm giving it for Minnie." I says, "Okay." I felt terrible. There's no two ways about it. Why did I feel terrible? Minnie had very big diamond rings, and I had nothing, empty fingers. And she said, "By right, I should give you the ring, but I'm giving it to Minnie because I was for her years, and she will feel bad." If we would go to rabbis, my mother was 100% wrong, or through a lawyer, 100% wrong. Why she wanted to give it to her, you know? Because you don't put in the brinne Wasser, when there's water, you don't put water. Minnie was rich, and she had tremendous diamonds.
Go ahead.
So this ring,
Just talk a little lower.
this ring, I'm giving it to you, but I don't even know if it's mine, if it's hers. Her husband gave it to her when they got married, so sure it's hers.
Your father?
A stepfather. A stepfather. They got married 18 years ago, and he gave it to her. She says, "You are very honest. You will tell me. Do I have to give it back to him?" I says, 100%. No, I'll take it. Sure. No, it was hers. He gave her a ring when they got married. It's not a too valuable ring. So this she gave me. And she gave me a bank book of $5,000. She gave everybody. She worked even harder than I, much harder. And she gave me a bank book of $5,000, which I became rich because I didn't have 5,000 pennies. And everybody in the family, they wanted I should lend them the money they owed. And my husband said, "Give me," it made a revolution. And I didn't give it. I played in the stock market. I made a few $1,000s. And that's it. Now I'll tell you what happened with the ring. After Minnie got up from the shiva, her son, the lawyer, never came to me otherwise, never sent me a birthday card, a holiday, nothing. And Frieda, I came for the ring. I went to the bank and took out and gave him the ring. I didn't have to give it even when I told my mother that I'm giving it. If it would be so, she knew who she gave the ring, you know, that I wouldn't keep it. I gave her the ring. Minnie never had it on her fingers. The ring went to his wife right away. And if my mother lays in the grave, then there is no opening in the grave that she could get out. She worked all her life, and his wife wears the ring while she had rings. Is there justice on this side? Minnie never bought her rings for fortunes. The wife has to, everything. This here, this was my mother's. So after Minnie got the ring, she says, "Frieda, my mother had a star. Where is that star?" I says, "Already I have it on my neck." She wanted the star. It's a cruel world. Everybody wants everybody's. That's how people steal. Everybody wants everybody's. The crooks want it, and the family too want by each one, by everyone what they have. You think that my children wouldn't go through the same with their jewelry and everything? Mother?
Yeah.
She was a very cultured, very beautiful woman. and very smart woman. She wasn't good-natured. She was very good to the children, extremely strict, extremely. Everything she wanted her way. She would, Molly had long hair. If she was angry on her, she used to take the hair, roll it in her hand, throw her on the floor, murder her. After Molly got up, she would say, Onyuko, that's Mama dear, I love you, and kiss her left and right and say, I'm sorry I aggravated you. They were simple children, simple. You know, already in this country, Molly, we were standing outside with my Aunt Molly and Bobby, and I don't know who else. And Molly says to me in Yiddish, "Du suchst da liegen." I'm not a liar, I hate lying. Sometimes you must, but I hate lying. The mother, she had 3 children, gave her a krach.
Molly had 3 children.
Like that. You don't talk to a sister-in-law like that. Right away she took her hand and kissed her. She says, Mother, I am sorry. With Frieda I'll make up, but I'm sorry I aggravated you.
They were very devoted to her, honey.
Oi, but children in this country, yeah, you have children like that.
So ask what you want to know, honey.
If you slap them, they'd cry hours and carry on and move out and everything.
I want to know about when she lived with you and Mom and Grandpa.
She wanted love of him like a sweetheart. If she never would sit like this, but always on his lap the feet, and he should hold her feet. It was very bad for me, very bad all my life. And if he was in bed, she'd go into the bed, I'd go outside. I couldn't stand that. Her love was a sweetheart love. It was, if he sang to me, and he mentioned the word Frieda Lanol, she already cried. She always said that she was poised. It's good when a mother loves children, but this was an unusual love. Well, he was unusual good to her.
Now, she came to us when she was senile, didn't she?
What?
She came to us when she was senile. She lived
No,
by us.
no, she was,
She lived with me when I was growing up. She wasn't...
no, she didn't hear, but she wasn't senile. Later she got senile. She was only 78 when she died, but later she became senile. Wait, she became senile already when her husband died and he was on the floor. Right away I told Daddy, Max, the mama had gekeerd the kop. She was afraid she'll have to stay by her child. She didn't want to stay by her child. She became senile when Krieg died, when Krieg was on the floor. But otherwise she wasn't. Between her and me, otherwise she told everybody what a wonderful person I am, how she loves me, but when she was with me, she always felt sorry that he didn't marry a tall girl, and she'd said it to me. If in this country, if she would talk like that to a daughter-in-law, she'd kill her. She'd throw her out. I couldn't be fresh to her or something. First I knew her and I liked her in Europe. And then I always gave her respect. And I knew that she meant it. It wasn't a joke. She always said that she didn't forgive me, that husband. So I did tell her that. Then why didn't you keep him for yourself? Oh, you're fresh. Already she had to take aspirins, and when Grandpa came home, she had towels with vinegar on the forehead, and she would never say that she had with me something, because she didn't want to make trouble. She was very smart. Only with me, always, that. When she came to to America, we were married already a few years, and if he kissed me by coming in, she said, no man does that after a couple of years married, only my son. I mean, things that she should not do, all right? So my luck was like that.
And how was it living with her?
Then she got married. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Only because he loved her so she loved him. All her children loved her like that. You know, one son, when I was there, soon before getting married, she saw through the window that he's talking to a Jewish girl that hasn't got a good name. The girl had some love affairs. She went out. Over there you can't talk to somebody that is not equal. Is a shoemaker's daughter or something. She went out, slapped him in the face. To who are you talking? And grabbed him in the house and tore his hair. I love you.
Ma,
Mother, I love
what
you.
did you used to do when people called for your daughters? What'd you tell them on the telephone?
Oh, well, hello. Where's your daughter? Let's say Barbara. I says, who are you? And what's your name? And what's your occupation? And do not, if they told me a greater name, I says, we're Orthodox people, and it must be, and I don't take police light, I don't take but they went through separate, I threw them out.
You said, don't call my daughter.
No, don't call, no. I wasn't afraid, they were good-looking girls, and they were young.
Ma, what's the song you were singing to Ari yesterday?
Who's?
In Hungarian.
Da.
In
What?
Hungarian. Sing a song in Hungarian.
Yeah? You don't understand it. Szép asszonynak kurizálok, de kurizálok, a csúnyának fityet hányok, de fityet hányok, de fityet hányok. Jaj, a szívem nem tudja senki sem, hogy én magát oly igazán szerettem, csak a primás egyedül, aki nékem hegedül, csak az maga egyedül. Hely ráncos csizmát visel a babám, szeret és ő engem igazán. Ráncos csizmám, hadd szakadjon el, csak a babám sose hagyjon el. Egy vasárnap, das ist Spielen. Egy vasárnap.
Hey, Ma, she's not done.
Yeah, but she'll sing another one in a minute. That's
No,
a different
now
one.
I'll sing it.
Right.
Twilight. Egy vasárnap délután felőfrá, kimegyek a főutcára sétálni. Kérdi tőlem kapitány, ki babája ez a lány. Hey, de annak a babája vagyok, aki nékem egész héten csókot adott. Zöld a kökény recece, ha megérik fekem, barna kislány, ne gyere. It's a love song, but when you don't understand it, it sounds terrible.
Sing a love song, you said?
Daddy sang, but I don't know much of it.
We won't know.
Sonia, that the father was sick in the bed, and he sang it for the mother. Her in.
Right.
He caught her in when he was already about to die. He made the baby 80. She avoided, she always said it, that she tried not to, he shouldn't catch her in the bed. He got her in and she became pregnant. Sonia, Volga Sephiragum, beautiful flower. From the fever. Lazar is fever, the fever he has. Lazar, I get the chills. Lazar in bom, foitelat looking, he sees her constantly. Her beautiful eyes. There's no pierce to her eyes. That through in the grave, even in the grave, he will love her. Shiram tulish uji in the grave. Sonia, Sonia, volgo sefiragum, lazaimum, foiton lat lokin, bajos keitse met nekninchen, pario, shiram tulish uji mad lokin. I don't know, it's a song, long song like that. Why I didn't learn it, I don't know. But they always cried. Gefährlich
So
allemaal.
you couldn't get to finish the song anyway.
What's the matter?
Daddy, what?
Had gesungen a song. He said it's just like him. It was from a klein Stieberle, wie mod gewohnt. A Stieberle von Lehm. It was.
What's lame?
Lehm like from mud.
Oh.
Over there he had his home, but there wasn't enough. But it comes out on a girl. A Mädel, wenn ich bin gewesen, a Kleinenke, gesucht hat man auf mir, ich bin a Scheinenke, noch kein Masel hab ich nicht gehabt. A klein Stieberle von Lehm, dorten ist gewesen mein Heim. No kein Bräut ist nicht gewähnt zu satt. There was not enough bread. A weggegangen sind viele Juren. Von daheim bin ich a weggefuhren. Mir gefuhren in Amerika. Als Frau gefallen bin ich jeden einem. Blumen, you know what it is, flowers. Blumen haben seit lang, Liebe haben sie verlangt. Ich lieb einen oder keinen. Liebe, oi Liebe, wer hat denn kein Liebe gespielt? Liebe, oi Liebe, wer hat denn den Tam nicht gefühlt? Einem bringt die Liebe Freude und Glück, in dem zweiten bringt sie auf den Hals ein Strick. Oi Liebe, wer hat denn den Tam nicht gefühlt? In dem Beis Hamikdash, in a Winkelcheder. That was also his mother. You know, sie sich an Almune gewesen her whole life. Bei dem haben sie alle Tummer gewesen. In dem Beis Hamikdash, in a Winkelcheder, sitzt die Almune, was sie join allein. Ihr ben Juchetl, Jidale, wiegt sie geseder, en singt ihm a schein Liedl zum Schlufen gehen. In der Jidales wie steht a weißglur Ziegele, du Ziegeles gefuhren handeln. Dus wird sein dein Beruf, Roschinkalach mit Mandeln. Schlufsche, jille Schluf, jidale Schluf. En al die West werden rach, jidale. Nicht vergessen sollst du und dein Mamas Liederle, Roschinkalach mit Mandeln, dus wird's an dein Beruf. Schlaf, Jidale, schlaf, ay lilu, lilu, lilu.
Why don't you explain it to Ari?
Oh, that's a mother, like Grandpa's mother, that she left. She was, I think, 30 years old with 6 children. He was dead. He died. He was 33. So it's like a widow, or is another?
Widow.
A widow, sitting in the shul with the baby and putting it to sleep.
Yeah, but when she says, Dus wird dein Baruch,
Her
it's her blessing?
Her future.
Future.
Yeah.
And that when you fly away, you'll go away and you'll be rich.
Yeah.
What? Don't.
Yeah. When you'll be big and you'll be rich, don't forget from your mother's song.
Very sad.
You know, they always were running to Vienna or to Budapest, away from the little cities where they had no bread and nothing. It's been ontlopen, you know, but the well. In America mainly, but also to Vienna, to here, to there, to Budapest.
A brief.
Ukulele. That's a girl was sitting on the beach with a boy and she saw his ukulele.
Oh, jeez.
Jukkel mit sein ukulele. Os verkischt mich dank. He verkischt, you know, he like bewitched her. Os verkischt mich dank. Kalle, Keile, Beile, seit ich bin mit ihm auf dem Beach, kann ich unseren Ukulele nicht vergessen. Es kocht, borget, es lässt mich nicht zerreden. Ich weiß, wenn eine Gittersach, wo es geht, war alle gleich. Chicken, chicken, geht hier auf was Simcha Briss. Es kein Mol, kein Fleisch auf Fisch, no chicken, chicken. Mädlich sennen Heimback, man rief sie du in Land. Chicken, chicken. A girl. A jede Hole, in the halls, the girls used to come home and pet around with the boys. Jede Hole, jede Stoop, kick du aus wie a chicken coop. Mit chicken, you know, when they came home at night from the balls, they stayed in the hall and what's a getapped. Today, I
And
think,
gebaden.
today they do it in the cars.
Uh-huh.
I'm just moving it back a little. Okay.
Jede Halle, jede Stoop, kick du aus wie a chicken coop. Mit chicken, chicken. Chicken. Es ist a Michael, wo's genacht a quicken. A Pulka, Fisa, Stickelbeile, s'is Geschmack a jeder heilig. Chicken. An alte Meut von 40 Uhr, darin alt en opgefuhren, she's like nothing. Sich daran zu kriegen, a dicken, catch daran a grünem Jing, rett ihm an, sie ist a Spring.
Spring chicken.
Chicken. I sang this in Uyel when the ganze Stute gewollt haben Chicken.
That's a funny song.
Yeah. Jossel, my Chayes geht mir raus nach dir, a Bucher, a Schöne, mir soll sein für seine Beine. Jossel, ich krepier nach dir, oi, Jossel, ich hole jede Nacht noch von dir, und wenn der Jetzer Haare, geht am Mulatore, Jossel, ich krepier nach dir. Oi, Jossel. Ich huide Nacht noch von dir. A Buche, a Schöne, mir soll sein für seine Beine. Jossel.
Piernach.
I'm dying
I'm
for you.
dying for you. You know any more in English?
I don't remember now. I guess I know.
You know Minnie the Flapper.
Oh
Where's
yeah,
that? Go
that's the
ahead.
Yiddish.
Go ahead, sing it. It's a great song.
All right, wait. She remembers your mother. Ich
will.
will dir jetzt erzählen von Minnie de Flapper. Minnie ist gewesen a Schlepper. Sie ist gegangen zu China essen. Chop Suey mit Tony, Mike und Louis. Einmal haben sie dort vernarrt. Man hat pur Minnie zu Schande gebracht. Oh, 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 Minnie. They made her pregnant. Minnie ist kein Wort nicht gerät. Die Mama, sie schreit, oi, mein Minnie, sie wird fett. Sie nimmt sie nach Doktor, sucht, I don't know. Mir dacht sich, Minnie geht oben, aha, oh. Oh, Minnie, Minnies Mama geht darin, sie schreit, oi, Gewalt. Es wird ihr heiß, es wird ihr kalt. Komm in geschickte College, Batuk bei Nacht, anstatt a Diploma, a Zure mir gebracht. Oh, Minnie. That's from a girl with anybody. She went with Tony and Louis and all, and until they made her pregnant. And the mother said from going to college, but she has.
Instead of a diploma.
The kleine Kinder kennen schon auch den Song, I have a little bow.
Go ahead, how does it go?
I have a little bow.
Go ahead. I have. Go ahead.
I have a little bow. His name I do. He hangs around the corner every day, every night. He wears a watch and chain, a doily and a cane, a penny flower sticking in his coat. Cheap guy. I wish I'm a nice young fella, suit me in my mind. His hair must be curly, his eyes must be blue, his cheeks must be rosy, plenty of money too. He must be fond of dances, he must be fond of all, he fond of kisses, and love me best of all.
Hey!
I thought that all my daughters and now the two grandchildren sing. Isn't that something? And Minnie was the first song that Barbara sang that I taught her. I know a lot of English, but I never sing them, never.
When do you sing the Yiddish songs?
Yeah, Pesach
Ah.
with the women. I did last Pesach, yeah, they didn't let me go home.
Oh.
It ain't gonna rain.
Go ahead.
It rained last week and a week before, but it ain't gonna rain no more. God made the niggers.
Ma.
He made hurry. He forgot to paint them white.
Oh.
It ain't gonna rain no more. It ain't gonna rain no more. It rained last week and a week before, but it ain't gonna rain no more. A fella went in the street, eating potato latkes. He caught his pants in a rusty neckcase, but it ain't gonna rain no more. It ain't gonna rain no more. It rained last week and a week before. It ain't gonna rain no more. They sang it in the movies with the expression like you heard me.
How come you didn't get an education in Irvington?
He never stayed in a place. He only ate all over for nothing. I was like a maid. I worked very hard. I attended children. I stayed to school, no?
Was there any time that you had a choice?
Then when I came here, I was 15 and a half. I went to work the next day in a shop. I wasn't allowed to till 16. So if a detective came, they put me in the toilet. No,
But did you ever have
no,
a
he
choice?
didn't go here to school, and he only went to school in Poland, maybe in Prague a little, and he spoke fluently English, wrote and write, and got a job in post office, passed the examination, which others couldn't that went to high school.
Well, did you ever have a choice?
I would have won. I wanted very much. I worked, I make money. I saved up a few $1,000 back to Europe, and I brought him over and all that.
I remember that told me a story about how you and Ervinger were young kids, and you were going somewhere, and you guys chose to go to different places. How did you get split off from your brother?
Separate. He was in Ehel, but he didn't want to stay and work. So he went away. I didn't see. He would have wanted, so he studied himself. Always with the pencil and with the pen. He doesn't know. I forgot the one that brought him here, a big actor. She was 90 years old, and she was a diabetic, so they cut off her foot, so she had one foot. Yes.
You knew Hunaneni?
She was after here. Her daughter worked with me 6 months. I took her here in America for 6 months. The daughter lives now in Israel. Hunaneni was Grandpa's father's sister, and she was 90 years old, and she had very, very handsome sons. A Kenters, a big Kenter in Brooklyn, and another one, and one very handsome and very educated son of hers. And he tried to go through a garden, and they shoot him down, they killed him. And when she heard that they killed this son many years ago, she went on a starvation. She wanted to, but they didn't let her, the other children.
Where was this?
After Hitler. So she said she's going on, she'll never eat chicken, meat, never as long as she'll live. So yes, in Europe and in this country, no chicken, no meat. She only ate dough with cabbage or potatoes, that's all. And she had a grandson. He's married now. He's a very big man in Israel, but he keeps on coming to America. He's a scientist, it's a very big one. He has 2 kids, I think. So he wanted that she's chicken. And this grandson, a very educated, begged her to stop. He wanted to have, you have to have, how many? 1,000 rabbis they have to tell a group of 1,000 rabbis to say, matter her, that she swore, but they're making it that it's going to be legal. On Yom Kippur, it was here on Yom Kippur, they wanted to do it, and she didn't want. She died now, I think, close, and she was so hungry that in Europe that there was nothing to eat. She on a little stone, and she was skin and bone, but she was all there, smart. She didn't lose the brain, nothing. And her children died on her, big Kenters, big, want to stop eating altogether.
Tell about how Hunaneni saved people.
Yeah. Well, they were running to the Duna to drown themselves better than Hitler was going to come in, and they all came back because she couldn't walk. They tried to carry her, but she couldn't walk. So it was that she in Budapest by not killing. I forgot 5 daughters. He had 5 daughters too. Eddie Kenter. See, they always call me in the Papa Eddie Kenter. You never heard about him? He was a big actor. He brought out Huno Lenin to America and her son and the daughter, and they were on television. The country watched the television. They were here 6 months. They didn't want to stay because they had to work hard here. They rather went back to Israel. One son remained. He was an Ocean Parkway handsome fella. Then he moved to Canada and he died young. They all are diabetics. And his wife, Jody, he was 15 years younger than her, but they were very big lovers. They had adopted a child in Israel. They moved to Canada and he died 15 years younger. They can't get over everybody. She's not good looking. She's very smart. But I thought she could never live with another man the way they loved each other. Bodie, he was on television too.
Talking about Ergie and Tibby.
In Tibby, in Ergie and Tibby.
So what happened to her eye?
They took out her eye. She was sick, I don't know, diabetes. So I was very sorry and I told her on the teller, they do see good with one eye. Because you know my friend Brandl, she has one eye. You know where
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. She told me, van mir is zo hoog geht. Ich had so hoog lieb. He just died, 62. He got cancer just, and they say half of Canada went to the funeral. He was such a well-known, like a big rabbi.
Her eye?
I said, with that one eye, you'll see better than other people with 2 eyes. And he said, I love her. To me, she is good, perfect. Oh, their love. She was 15 years older. So could you imagine? He was 62 and Molly's now 78. She was
Her mother's name.
Malka Bly.
And where was she born and where she lived?
Dobretov. It's there was about 10 people.
And your
In
dad?
a little town. All Goyim lived there.
And your father?
Heshber Leitner,
In Poland
Poland.
also.
a different part of, yeah.
And your mother's mother.
The same were my mother. The same.
And what was her name?
Tivia, but she lived in Dobretov.
Do you know her maiden name?
Tivia, the second name, I don't know.
And your mother's father?
I never knew him. He was dead. I never knew him. Bertje.
Okay. And your father's mother?
Simme. My mother always called her Simme Stink.
Smell.
Was her mother-in-law.
What was your father's mother's last name?
My father's name
No,
was
but
Leitner.
her maiden name.
I don't know.
What about his name?
Shia,
He was Shia Leitner?
yeah.
And where were they from? Your father?
Nadvorna.
Both of
I
them?
was by them, yeah.
Good.
All right. Now I'm going to do Grandpa's family. What was Grandpa's mother's name?
But, we just did it.
Hadassah.
No.
Oh, Grandpa's Hudasa.
Hadassah.
And what was her maiden name? Do you know?
You know that, Ma.
Yeah.
It would be like Tibby, maybe. Tibby's last name. You'll think about it, because it's her side of the family. He was Berkowitz, and she was... Okay.
Okay. And so Grandpa's father was what?
Hirsch
Berkowitz?
Berkowitz.
From where?
I only knew when they lived in Nihel, Chateau Nihel.
And what was, you know, his name?
Janke Burg.
Janko
Rip Janke Burg.
Berkowitz. And his father's mother?
Oh, was she a beautiful woman? I can see her now, but I don't remember. Tall, beautiful woman. Oh, if they loved my mother-in-law, she got yet from the children. Oh, millionaires. They were in the
Okay, Ari, is that it?
No, I'm not. I didn't do his.
Okay, shut it, Ari.
Budapest. His
Tibby's-
name was Shia. He died.
Who?
A brother to
To Grandpa Max.
father.
Oh, Grandpa's father.
Yeah.
So his brothers were named Shia.
Shia, Erwin en nog einer. Kijk, jetzt gedenk ik. Shia Baci, Erwin en nog einer. I don't know. I forgot this many.
Okay.
Rookie will tell you all.
All right. And his sisters?
Hunonene.
Mm-hmm.
I knew her name,
You knew her?
and her daughter was Leah.
Leah.
She lived in Israel.
She's
She
in
came
it.
here to the United States
Mom told.
because Bela Hershowitz was the son of Hunanini, right? And he was a famous cantor.
Yeah.
And they did This Is Your Life on television.
And
they brought-
them over.
And they brought the mother from Israel, and he nearly had a heart attack on television, remember?
Yeah.
When they said, and This Is Your Life, Bela Hershowitz, and they brought out, the mother who spoke in the phone, she nearly dropped dead. Right, Ma?
Yeah. Your
They
mother
were a
knows-
very close couple.
See, your mother knows it even better. You know,
I liked him, and she was brilliant. She
Yeah.
alive?
you know,
Brilliant.
Dodi in Bori, she was 15 years older than Bori
She
too.
was wonderful.
The biggest love life. The
Tell that
biggest-
story. He won't believe that story.
She's told Hunanini.
Tell him the story of how she saved Bowery.
Okay.
Come say, sing
I'm getting
too.
a drink.
She knows it too. Everybody sings that song. A song international, everybody. Wait for your mother. You sing too, don't forget. Trippel chickle, brennt a feierl, in den Stiebes, in der Rebellen, kleine Kinderlach, dem allen Kinderlach, lernt Eiere, wo sich so geir du, sucht schon noch amol, Tage noch amol, kommet's auf, oh. Gedenkchet kinderlich, gedenkchet Eiere, wo sie lehren. Wepen neuches werde ivre besser kennen, der bekommt davon. Lernen kinderlich, mit großgeierschick, mit der Lade in sich so geir du. Glücklich ist der Mensch, lucky is the person that learns Torah. Glücklich Mensch, wo's lernt teure, wo's darf mehr lernen Kinder, wo's sich so geir du. Sucht schon noch einmal, ein Tage noch einmal, komm. Wenn ihr wird älter werden, werdet ihr mehr verstehen. Wie viel in die Oisjes, when you'll get older, you'll understand more how much tears there is in this void, in this love. Wie viel in die Oisjes liegen Tränen, in wie viel crying. Schön. Jetzt haben wir singen Molly Pickens. Or wait, this.
Okay, Ma, let's hear it.
A song that when people get old and now they remind themselves when they were young and they went to school. My mother always cried by this. Now we hate to be old. It's true. Aus Reden mein Haar, sie rede ich von Sinnen, sie rede ich, Schmerz ist enjoyment, pain. Sie rede ich von Sinnen, sie rede ich von Schmerz, von einer Krankheit, was ist nicht kein Kränk, man rief du Sohn älter, als Bang, weil wo's gewein, ist gewein, in ist du, schon weg, jene Zeit, jene Schuh, wie schnell, how quick, wie schnell verfliegt das junge Glück. Hey, jung, und wir kennen es nicht, haben mein, ist gewähne du. Wenn ich geh im Gern vorbei nur a School, geht von amul, wie der Jingitschke Meichel sein Glück nicht versteht, kommt der zum Glück, dann ist schon zu late, weil wo's gewähnt, ist gewähnt, und ich die Keuches, die Keuches lassen sich aus, die Hohe werden grün. Man näht sich, man kleidt sich, man macht sich schön. Man hat doch keinem, nur sich allein. Weil wo's gewähnt, ist gewähnt, ist du. Auf Tates und Mamas, looking at father and mother, das Herz steht ins zusammen, betracht, we feel like dying to look at them, how they look. Sure, I look in the mirror, I feel like painting, boy. dachten, ein Kicken sei in Spiegel, und sehen sei a Zinn, weil wo's gewähnt, ist gewähnt, in the Stube.
What's gewähnt?
Whatever was, there isn't anymore. You can't grab it back.
Not
There
here.
isn't any.
Area.
Papier elutem, istolokke zembe, Shemi de shemi, shemi usa ze sembe, mer hazud nam kene, ish hazud almosh, no yuram musai.
What's that?
He has a pen in his hand, and he has paper, and he's a sweetheart, but he wants to say, he doesn't want her, he loves her, but they can't. Bushy's her name. Bushy Shirion, Bushy came dragam, has Bushy ne Shirion, Bushy came dragam. Hazudnum kene, de hazudnum fai, Shoy no shoy hatomosh, no yurom musai, Bushy ne gam felechene. She should forget that they were so much in love. Maga, she's the most beautiful girl in life for him. But Seb Emlik Eile, never kunyeke choketsa member, bejine shirion, bejikem draga. Joj de čusika so banan hej, joj de mi koraju tukaj ilot cigarettre. That's already a Jewish song. Whatever was, it isn't anymore. Whatever happened, mi elmul min toshoho mekshetört volno, mi elmul nemish voltalan. Kijk, ilot cigarettre, ilot tabanelkut elvazek.
What's that?
When he smokes a cigarette, he forgets. Bejine Shirion, Beji came, Beji in Silver's bath, and she cried.
And that's the end of it?
Bucher was sota mul begegnet, a Mädel gehen allein im Park, ihre blaue Augen ihm sie gezeugen, hat sie nimmer Leben stark, started to love her very much. Spazieren, sind sie beide gegangen, und sie gesetzt sich Rien auf der Bank. Du schöne Mädel, gefragt ihn mit der Schmäh, Geld hast du schon in der Bank. Hat dir gewissen, sie ist gewöhnt zufrieden. In 3 Jahren, auf immer bleibt sie, hat dir schöne Stimme, gefiert dir zu.
Oh, they got married?
Ja, auf morgen, tomorrow. Noch der Kippe hat das seine Klippe.
What's a clipper?
When they were at the sleeping, he said, auf morgen noch der Kippe hat das seine Klippe, weil Liebe macht den Menschen taub und blind. Love makes you blind and deaf. A Miese, Junior, Mises, funny looking. An alte,
An old one.
a Punem Film mit Pimples, das Zeppel ausgekrochen, der Körperheule Knochenbones, a Breitmol mit Grün. Dat sie vermogt sie a Mama mit a Piski, her mother, a Piski, wo sie käme und nicht vermacht, no sie schelde Mädem, she curses the son-in-law constantly, no sie schelde Mädem, sie essen mit den Beinen, sie hat ihm schon Consumption gemacht, jetzt weint der stupid, kluckt noch seine Juren, in Nosen seht schon aus wie ein Skeleton. Schreit jetzt, liebe Menschen, Ott auf mir Achmunes, helpt mir kriegen, für mein Schlag was. But it shows that love at first sight, you're blind and deaf. It's true.
Yeah.
I know a lot of songs like that.
Let's hear another one.
A Mädel is in Prospect Park. It's called Prospect Park. Over there they look boys and girls. A Mädel is in Prospect Park geboren. A Bucherl mit ihr bekannt geworden. Bei Nacht spazieren seine Sangen. In a Liebe spielen, Tage von gefangen. Die Bäckerle, die blühendicke Blumen. Tief im Wessel hat ihr genommen. He took away in the garden. Gesucht hat du bist a Blum zwischen Blumen. En Halsenkuschen hat ihr genommen. He told her she's like a flower. And he started kissing her constantly. Oh, Mama, nu schlug mich nicht nein. Hab allein nicht gewiss, so geschehen. Jankel, der Kischner, gestanden bei meinem Bett. Rot das so lang, He was standing near our bed. He kissed and hugged and kissed till something happened. Hat so lang gekisst und geglätt, bis hat mich heute Mama new übergerät. He changed her. She didn't think that this will happen. What will happen? You know what happens with lovers. Oi, die schöne Mädel. Which is my food? In Geyessen. What will he eat?